Well, last time I
Why does
couldn't
it look
see your
wonky?
eyes. Got all marks on the front as well.
Yeah, well, whose fault was that?
What do you mean?
You dropping it on the floor, wasn't it?
When?
Earlier.
When?
Droppy McDroppison.
I didn't drop it on the floor, you
Yeah,
weirdo.
well, you could have done.
But I didn't.
All right, are you good?
Yeah.
I'll leave that in.
You're so rude.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Dan Wheeler Show! Featuring this legend! Guys, episode 4. No, 5!
You fell
God.
asleep at 4, did you?
I fell asleep. Yeah.
Fell asleep. Well, there's no
That was good, wasn't it?
no news there was
Episode 5, gang. Welcome back. And if you've seen all 4,
full.
if you've seen all 4, and now you're on the 5th, well done.
Oh, gold star, pat on the back to you. Make yourself known in the comments, please.
10 out of 10 for Ever, because we could barely be here. So, if you've done all 5, we appreciate you.
You've done all 5, you're a fan.
Now, I almost died this week. Straight up.
What?
I almost died.
How did you almost?
I almost died.
Right, can we just for you guys at home, can we clarify whether this is a real, like, it was
I
a
almost
life-threatening,
died.
right? Or it was a Dan almost died.
Dan almost died.
Okay, let's go.
I almost died.
This is going to be a good one then. Go.
Right, so when I was 26, 27, I had my tonsils out.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, you got no tonsils. Is that like being circumcised? I can see you.
They're not in there anymore.
I can see what you had for breakfast.
They've gone.
Mine is still there.
Yeah, well, gutted. And I had those out, and when I came to, I had a huge rash on my chest.
Yeah.
Massive rash. I'll see if I can find the photo. If I can, you'll see it on screen now. If I can't, I just
Then
can't.
it's just you have forgotten to edit it in
I've
again.
made it up. I had a huge rash on my chest, and the nurse came over. She pressed a little panic button because apparently the first sign of penicillin poisoning, or sorry, being allergic to penicillin, that's the antibiotic they gave me.
Yeah.
The first sign is a rash, and then you can go into shock and your lungs
Oh my God.
can't breathe. I don't know what the other symptoms are, but I had the big rash. They panicked. They took the drip out and they gave me a different antibiotic.
Wow, you were lucky then.
So that was when I was 26, 27. Can't quite remember now. And I only got my tonsils out because I had tonsillitis 6 times in 6 months. Now, would you believe it? After the 5th time of getting tonsillitis
It's
in
horrific,
5 months, they still wouldn't take them out.
Well, I used to get it every 2 weeks as a child. I'd have
Don't
it.
try and brag and take over my story.
No.
All right?
They wouldn't take them out.
Yeah, well, they're vital for your immune system.
Yeah, but they wouldn't take
the
them
first line of defence.
It's still there.
So anyway, so from that point, the doctor told me at the time, do not take penicillin. It will kill you. You are allergic. And they told me how to wear one of these little necklaces.
So when you go, like, and they say, are you allergic to anything, sir? You have to go.
I have to say, well, for the last 10 years, I've been telling people, well, the doctors and the nurses, I'm allergic to penicillin.
Okay.
So I've had a couple of chest infections in the last 10 years and a couple of other infections with my leg, my injections and stuff. And when I had to go on antibiotics, it has to be something other than penicillin-based antibiotics, right?
Of course, yeah.
So anyway, as you know, I've had a chest infection recently.
I now know how to kill you off.
Well, not so much. Hold, wait there. Well, hold your fire. Hold your fire.
I thought I found your kryptonite.
No, I don't have one. So I still have a bit of a chest infection, but the last 3 weeks I've been suffering with a chest infection. You guys won't know because I'm a professional. What's that? Was Tiny's violin? Yeah, all right, whatever. So it's been affecting my breathing and everything. And as soon as I tasted it 3 weeks ago, as soon as I could taste it, Sam's had it, Henry's had it, Grace has now got it, and I'm just recovering from it. As soon as I could taste that horrible dusty taste that you get from a chest infection,
It's not.
I went straight to the doctors because I've had chest infections so many times. When I was a kid and I had a chest infection, my mum refused to give me antibiotics.
Why?
Don't know. So I've had
Joe, explain yourself.
So I've when I was a kid, I had 2 or 3 chest infections, and I had to just go through all the way through. It was fucking horrible. So in my adult years, as soon as I detect,
You're in like Flynn.
I'm like, give me
Say
antibiotics.
that, can I? You're in.
What did you say?
Nothing.
I'm in like what?
I'm in.
No, what was the thing?
Like Flynn.
We're not doing this again, mate. Who the fuck is Flynn?
We know who Flynn is.
Who's Flynn?
Oh, sure.
Have I forgotten?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll see.
Who's Flynn?
Leave it go. Leave it go.
guys in the comments, who's Flynn?
Leave it go.
Leave it go. It doesn't even make sense. It's let it go.
Back off.
Right. Anyway, I phoned the doctors up and I'm like, Doc, I'm getting a chest infection. And he said, how can you tell? I said, because I've got this taste. I'm starting to feel a bit of a wheeze. Ooh. Going upstairs is a bit of a tricky, and I've started coughing up some green shit. And he was like, that's
Definite
a chest infection. And
yeah.
I was like, I fucking know that, mate. Why did you make me explain it? I'm not an idiot. Give me the antibiotics.
I'm a doctor, don't you know?
So anyway, Dr. Dan.
Dr. Dan.
So about 3 days before, because Sam's had the chest infection and the doctor gave her antibiotics,
yeah.
I pinched 3 of her antibiotics the day before I called the doctor, because it was a Sunday. I had to wait till the Monday to call him. So I took 3 of hers. She had it to spare, don't panic.
Funny that, isn't it?
And then I thought, well, when I get my antibiotics, I'll give her 3 back.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
So when I'm on the phone to the doc, I'm like, I've got a chest infection. He says, oh, okay, great. We'll give you some antibiotics. Are you allergic to anything? And I said, well, I've been taking amoxicillin. And then he went, that's penicillin. And I went, no, amoxicillin. And he went, no, that is penicillin. I said, doctor, amoxicillin. And he went, yes, that contains penicillin. And I was like, well, it can't do. I'm allergic. And he went, evidently not. so I was like, okay, fine. So it turns out amoxicillin is penicillin based.
And you're not allergic.
And I'm no longer allergic. Or I never was allergic and I just had a rash.
Yeah.
So for the last 10 years, I've been denying myself the best antibiotic.
It has nothing to do with like the things they would have put on your chest when you were like,
no, I don't know.
And stuff.
I don't
Do you know what I mean?
So I almost died.
So it was definitely a Dan almost died.
It was a Dan almost died. Yeah. And then, so I finished my antibiotics now, my penicillin, and I feel great.
So you're all good now,
I'm no longer allergic to penicillin, which is great.
Mate, that would have been really bad.
It would have been if I died of penicillin shock.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have known what had happened to you, because I didn't know.
No.
Did Sam realise?
Thankfully, Sam would have known.
Well, she wouldn't have, because she gave you her antibiotics.
Well, yeah, but in her defence, as I walked out the room after she said I could take some of her antibiotics, she said they're penicillin-based, and I didn't hear her. So I just took them. I know, it was a clusterfuck of communication on my part. And then...
You just wanted to take them.
And then we're watching TV, and for those that don't know, my girlfriend Sam, she's got 2 kids, Grace and Henry, 17 and 18, they're awesome. Grace comes home from college.
I love it when she comes in.
We're sitting down, we're watching the TV, and oh God, I'm worried about repeating this story.
Oh, is it bad?
We're watching TV.
I'm already nervous.
And there's a gentleman walking across the screen on this particular programme who I believe has got cerebral palsy.
Right, okay.
Right, so he's got a bit of a dodgy walk.
Yeah.
And Grace says, oh, bless him, special needs.
Special knees?
And I went, what? And she goes, oh, special knees. And I went, sorry, what do you mean, special knees? And she goes, oh, he's got special knees.
Knees?
And I said, do you mean special needs? And she went, no, special knees. He can't walk. And I went, that's called special needs. There's no such thing as special knees. Turns out she's been calling people who can't walk properly special knees.
Because she thought they had special knees.
She thought they had special knees. Not the fact that they have special needs.
Can I just clarify on this as well, right? That
I couldn't believe it.
That her grandmother and grandfather have been carers for all of her
and
life with people with special needs.
So I think her granddad must have told her to wind her up when she was a child, and now she just refers to people with a disability or a mild disability as special needs.
Oh, bless. That's fantastic, though.
The innocence of a child's mind.
The innocence of a child is... do you know what? Talking of an innocence of the child, I've got a gent, my John.
Yes.
He has special needs.
So for those that don't know, Kaz is a full-time carer to 2 gentlemen, John and Mike.
And John...
And they don't have special knees.
No, they have special needs. and John has this thing. They've lived with us for nearly, 8.5 years now. It's nearly 9 years.
Wow.
And he doesn't call me Karen.
Right.
He doesn't call me Kaz.
Yep.
He didn't call me Ka. He didn't call me anything that's close to my name. I'll say to him, morning, John, how are you today? He goes, I'm all right, thanks, cow.
Like the animal.
Like a cow.
So he's every day for 9 years just been dissing you to your face.
Yeah. And but it's funny, right? Because whenever he really, really wants something, he goes, Karen.
I love it. I love it.
So it's not like he can't.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like he can't say my name. But he calls my son. My son is called Archie, and he calls Archie Ashley.
Ashley, that's cute.
Unless he actually wants to speak to him, and then he calls him Archie. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Now, am I right in thinking in Wales there's a meat called cow?
Right, it's not a meat, it's a traditional dish.
Right.
Called cowl, and it's a lamb stew.
Right.
So he calls me Lamb Stew daily. My name is Lamb Stew.
Cow, can I have some cow,
Can I have some cow? He literally goes, all right, cow. Why cow? And I'm like, Kaz? Karen?
Catherine, whatever.
Ever. And he just goes, morning, cow.
What is your real name?
Karen.
Catherine?
No.
No, the name you were given at birth.
Karen. We've gone through this so many times. He believes my name's Kathleen.
Not your nickname. The actual your birth or on your birth certificate. What does it say?
It says
Catherine.
No.
Caroline.
No, Karen.
Does it really? Is that a real name?
It says Karen Teresa Antoinette Fitzpatrick.
Karen.
Yeah.
Not with a Y.
No.
So why do you spell it with a Y?
Done it since I was 15.
Just a rebel.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just fuck it.
Just
Why
a
not?
rebel. Fine.
Why not? Innit?
So your name is actually Karen?
Yeah, Karen.
Like the normal annoying
like the
little
normal
cunt.
annoying little bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, fine.
But I changed it when I was like 16.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now on to some serious news.
Oh God, what's happened now?
Well, don't say it like that.
Oh, is it? Are we going?
We're proper serious.
We're going from comedy to
We're going from
devastation.
comedy to devastating news.
Hang on.
Now, last week, I'm going to play a little clip. Last week, I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan, as you know.
Yeah.
Daddy, I love you. And on Joe Rogan.
On Joe Rogan.
On Joe Rogan.
Bon Joe Rogan.
No. On Joe Rogan, he had a guest. Now, I'm going to be really annoying. I've forgotten the name of the guest.
Oh.
I can find out on me Twitter. Hold on.
Guys, if you haven't subscribed or even heard... John, my friend John, not John who lives with me, John.
Right.
Did not know who Joe Rogan was. I had to educate the man. John.
Fucking idiot.
You better have subscribed by now.
John, you're an idiot. I don't care. If you don't know who Joe Rogan is, I don't want to know who you are.
Do you know
I
what?
have no time for people who don't know who Joe Rogan is. Not knowing who Joe Rogan is means you're an idiot.
Yeah, an idiot.
It means you're an absolute idiot.
Either that or he has a life and doesn't spend a lot of time online.
I just don't understand. Like, where do you have to have been for the last 20 years? Where do you get your knowledge from? Where do you investigate? Where do you research? He's obviously not well researched or educated. He doesn't know who Joe fucking Rogan is.
Oh, you're going to eat your words.
I fucking
He's
won't.
He's a very highly intelligent man. He's very nice as hell.
Doesn't know who the Joe Rogan Experience.
He didn't know.
A podcast specifically designed to spread awareness and education from experts within their fields.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
I've got no time for it. Got no time for it.
I have, John.
Now, unfortunately, the internet here is not great today. Now, I can't remember the guy's name, which is unfortunate because I'll play the clip.
I look at these topics that we're into: cataclysms, Younger Dryas, lost ancient technology.
Magnetic poles.
That's the one thing. That's I would like to dive into that.
I watched a video on that this morning. The Adam and Eve video.
Oh yeah, the Chan Thomas thing.
Jesus Christ.
That's an interesting one.
And how much of that is agreed upon? That there could be a time where the magnetic poles actually shift.
So this is science. They say that the last one was like 778,000 years ago, and we're like something like 200,000 years overdue. But the Adam and Eve story, the theory of that is that it happens in cycles of 6,500 years, and that it's a 90-degree flip, but 6 days later, or on the seventh day, it corrects itself.
The planet flips, not just
correct. It's a planet flip 90-degree, and that because of it, the Earth essentially does a standstill. The sun will basically stay in the same spot, causing heating like we've never experienced, and that the wind and the waters continue with their momentum. because essentially the wind travels at approximately 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. So the theory is that when that event happens, it's going to be cataclysmic. And here's the wild thing is that in that document, it says a continental-sized tsunami being 2 miles high. Well, I showed you the Emikusi volcano in Africa in the Sahara, which is at 11,300 feet, that has salt as well as evidence of gastropods, sea life.
That's 2 miles high.
Yes. And I'm like, it would make a lot of sense. Like if you look at the Bible and involving like Revelations and it's saying like
6 days.
6 days on the seventh day, God rested. In that document, it says 6 days things start simmering down a bit, and by day 7 things are starting over new.
So, what's the science behind this complete reversal of the magnetic poles?
So, real quick, this is the part that sets me off about this is that any article you ever read on this, it makes it crystal clear that this will not be apocalyptic. Maybe we'll potentially have some satellite communication issues that could affect our power grid and telecommunication systems, and that's going to be unfortunate. But don't worry, it's not a doomsday. I'm like, okay, first of all, if the grid goes down, that is doomsday. But number 2, they don't know what they're talking about because they claim that the geomagnetic pole shift is because of the interior, whether it's the iron core or whatever it is, the molten core, does a shift, and because of it, that's why the compass will flip. But I'm like, if you look at the nature of earthquakes, some originate in the crust, others originate in the mantle, in the parts that aren't solid. So I'm like, if you're saying that the interior that is molten does a shift, why on earth would you suggest that it wouldn't cause earthquakes or volcanic activity on the surface? So I feel like every article I ever read on geomagnetic pole shifts, they go out of their way to say, don't worry, it's fine. And I'm like, but yet the evidence shows that it's accelerating. Back in just the 1990s, it was traveling, the North Pole was transitioning at 10 miles a year. Now it's at 40 or almost 40 miles. It's accelerating. And then the Adam and Eve story, it talks about, actually, no, not the Adam and Eve story. There was a documentary on Nova years ago that the evidence shows that when they've studied all the other volcanic rock, for prior known pole shifts, because keep in mind, there's hundreds that are known. This has happened throughout millions and millions of years. This is mainstream science. The poles do flip. But it's not that the Earth flips over. It's that the inside core does, and so your magnetic compass will flip. Like
what causes it?
So whatever that molten core is, it does a shift inside. It allegedly happens in cycles, and we're long overdue. And when it happens, the other theory is that the Earth's shields will be diminished.
Well, definitely. So we know 2 things right now: is that the pole is moving, so it's off. I think it's off even the South Pole might be off of Antarctica at this point, like the magnetic south, and then the magnetic field consequently to this movement is weakening. So we know our magnetic field, and that's where a lot of that danger is going to come from. Is if the magnetic field keeps weakening. Now everything cosmically that happens is going to hit the Earth, and particularly us with our electronics, it's all going to get more easily smashed because the magnetic field is what protects us from solar flares and cosmic radiation and all this stuff. So as the field and the acceleration of that weakening of the field, is accelerating. So it's getting weaker faster. So we seem to be heading towards a unknown or undetermined time where the poles may shift. Like the polarity of the Earth will shift, and the compasses.
And
will flip,
are there
but we
any
don't know
estimates on when this could possibly take place?
According to every article I ever read, like, oh, don't worry, it's probably be another 1,000 years. I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's accelerating, and if you look, you don't have to Google this, Jamie. I don't know there's a mountain chain in eastern Oregon where it's the most evidence of a pole shift. That there was a volcano that was active during the shift, and if you take a compass along the volcanic rock, the compass will slowly start to change. And so wherever like pottery or volcanic rock solidifies, that wherever the North Pole is at that time, it's an imprint, and the compass will continue to show that. It's really fun. Take a compass around volcanic rock, and it'll move the compass to wherever the North Pole was then. But here's the interesting part, is that what it shows is that the pole shifts start slow, and then they accelerate to the point where the day that it happens, you could potentially see the compass slowly moving. And then when you go back to this Adam and Eve story talking about the pole shift, they say that the event happens in approximately a quarter of a day, so 6 hours. So it's like it comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, what if, like I'm into the cosmic impact, that there's unbelievable evidence that definitely happened. But there's other things that happen on Earth, whether it's supervolcanoes. What if that's related to pole shifts as well? And the reason why the evidence wouldn't be necessarily that we couldn't find it is because if the Adam and Eve story, if the details discussed in it are accurate, the reason why we're not seeing the evidence of it is because it flips right back and thus masks the evidence that it ever happened.
Of what I'm referring to. But in this clip, you'll see that this expert, I'm so annoyed I've forgotten his name, this expert talks about how the Earth's core has slowed down and stopped. The rotation of the Earth's core has stopped, and they think it's going to go back the other way, and it's part of the process where the magnetic poles flip. And he said in there that the conspiracy is that the governments aren't telling us how dangerous this is, because when the core starts to slow down, it's going to have an effect on the mantle and the upper crust, which will have an effect on volcanoes and earthquakes. This was 3 weeks ago. The core stopped 3 weeks ago, and they were talking about how it was stopping that week. And then 3 weeks later, devastating news from Turkey.
So do you think that's what's caused it?
It's a bit of a coincidence.
I don't think it's a fast
It's a bit of a
shout out,
coincidence, yeah.
Oh my God.
Because if you think about it, the Earth's mantle, the crust, sits on top of all this lava, right? And then obviously volcanoes are the quick release valve pressure system from that thing to let off a bit of pressure and steam, quite literally. And then the tectonic plates, they're moving based on the lava movement. So if the lava movement slows down or stops, or there's an interruption of some kind, it's going to eventually affect the outer layers.
So do we know what because this happens was it 900 years?
I can't. No, 9 years, I believe it is.
Is it 9 years?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to.
Please forgive my
it'll be in the clip.
there, yeah.
It's a common occurrence, and the magnetic poles flip regularly over time.
Yeah. So we don't know what the effects were from the last one. Then, I suppose. Do we know?
Well, there was no documented case. It was years ago. Yeah. So thoughts and prayers go out to Turkey and everyone there. Some of the most horrific earthquake clips I've ever seen. 9,000 people are assumed to be dead.
Oh, that's horrific.
9,000. That's insane. It's such a huge amount of people. I saw TikTok, this poor guy outside his block of flats where he lived and his mum and dad lived, and he can hear his mum and dad screaming in the rubble to be rescued. There's just so much rubble you can't get to them. He's there just outside. The news reporter's looking at him. He's hysterical. His mum and dad, he can hear them.
Oh, that's horrific.
Horrific. Utterly horrific.
And are they getting aid? Are they getting help?
Are they getting what?
Aid and help.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Yes. I believe England or the UK started sending aid yesterday.
Fuck, it's not quick enough, is it?
And I believe the rest of the world is doing their thing. But the problem is with earthquakes like that is you've got 3 days.
Yeah.
You've got 3 days to... After 3 days, I think it's something like 98% of people they find after 3 days are dead. Yeah. So
either from their injuries or crushing.
It's the dehydration which is the issue.
Well, when a building collapses, you get all the dust and it's
that as well, and that's going to dry you out. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a very it's awful. Prayers go out to everyone in Turkey.
If anyone's been affected by it, please do let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your story. I hope your friends and family are safe.
I hope they're happy stories too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to see some good stuff come out of this.
Now, should we bring the mood up a little bit?
Please.
We have a prank call on my mum.
No way.
Roll the clip.
Hello?
Mother?
Hey, Mother. Yes.
How are you? You good?
Yeah.
Very well, Mum. We've got some good news.
What?
Ragnbone Man is coming on.
No.
Yes. Yeah. And not only that, he's coming on today.
No.
Yeah, today's the only day he can do. He's going to get here at 1 p.m. Okay, so we've got a couple of hours. I've told Steph about the dogs and everything. Kaz is briefed. We're tidying up the studio as we speak. But he's asked for 2 requests.
What?
Well, his manager has, really. The first request is, can he have a smoke with us? That's not a problem at all. The second request is...
A smoke or a smoke?
A smoke.
Yeah.
Yep. I said that's not a problem. And the other thing, he's asked for some beans on toast because he hasn't had lunch yet and he's driving back from the studio. So I said we can get some beans on toast. That's not a problem. But he's very specific. He wants this particular cheddar cheese from Waitrose and particular beans from Waitrose. Waitrose own, I think.
You are joking.
No. So I've got filming and stuff. Are you okay to pop to Waitrose with Steph for me and grab the beans and the cheese?
Dan, I can't walk, babe.
Mum, this is Ragnbone Man, Mum.
I know, but I can't fucking walk. I've only just got down the stairs.
Mum, come on, you can't let me down. This is Ragnbone Man, man. This is it. This is our shot.
Well, go and get it then.
Mum, I've got to film, Mum. I've got to prepare for him and everything. Kaz and I are up to our eyeballs, Mum.
Well, I'll look after Steph, let them while she goes.
Oh, Mum, I can't believe you're doing this. Really?
I can't do it, Dan. My knee is killing me.
Well,
I've just only managed to get down the bloody stairs.
right. Well, what beans do you have in the house?
Baked beans.
Yeah. What type? Is it Tesco's? Is it Marx's?
Heinz.
Don't forget,
Heinz?
he wants them at 72 degrees as well.
Have you got a thermometer? Because he's asked. They needs to be 72 degrees.
Fuck off, Daniel. Piss off. Piss off. I'll see you tomorrow. See you later. Bye.
Imagine 72 degrees. 72 degrees. Oh my God.
Guys!
Oh, Rory, mate, I'm so sorry to use you, mate, but
Oh my God! My sides are splitting.
Waitrose baked beans at 72 degrees.
with Waitrose cheese.
With Waitrose cheddar cheese on top.
Oh, guys, that was brilliant.
Thanks, Mum.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for letting us down, mate. We go, Ragnbone Man coming on.
No, he won't come now if Joe's not making him.
Oh, guys, let us know what you thought about that in the comments.
brilliant.
And how else can I wind my mum up next
Yes,
week?
please.
In the comments.
In the comments, let us know because you don't read them.
No. She doesn't even watch.
No, don't even watch.
Welcome back to another Am I the Arsehole clip with me, Dan Wheeler, and this legend.
I'm Kaz.
Am I the arsehole for asking my parents to either stay in a hotel or not have sex in my house while I'm home?
That's your mum and dad.
Everyone's nightmare. I'm using a throwaway because I'm honestly embarrassed by this situation.
Oh.
Growing up, my parents were very sex positive, which is great for them and my siblings. For me, not so much.
Oh.
I'm an introvert and prefer to keep my private life, well, private. Think Sheldon Cooper with less raw sex appeal.
Really?
Less.
Oh, somehow I managed to meet a woman who loves me and we started a relationship in university. When I brought her home to meet my parents, they were all over themselves saying how they were cool with us sharing a bed in their house. We hadn't been together yet. I was mortified, and my girlfriend at the time couldn't stop blushing. We stayed in my room, but just for sleep.
This guy needs some testosterone injections.
Do you know what this reminds me of straight off the back? Meet the fuckers.
We have been married for a few years now, and we are comfortable with each other, and our intimate life is healthy for us. We just had our first child, and my parents asked if they could visit to meet their grandbaby. We said sure.
The first night, though, was terrible. The bed in the guest room isn't even up against a sharing wall, and we could hear everything. I don't want to hear everything. I don't want to hear anything. My wife thinks I'm being ridiculous and that it's lovely that a married couple in their 50s still has that attraction and energy.
I talked to them in the morning before I left work and asked if they could please not do that in my home, or they could at least do it when I'm not around. They said I'm being a prude, and that isn't how they raised me. I said that I was allowed to feel how I did in my own home. So I said if they want to do that, they can stay in a hotel or do it when I'm not home. He's a proper prude.
I know. They are staying with my brother who lives in the same city as I do. He called me up to say I was being a dick, imposing rules on my parents that they didn't have for us. I told him to mind his own business. Now my sisters are calling me the same reason. I'm thinking of just blocking them all. I think I have the right to be comfortable in my own home. Am I the arsehole?
Look, right, if you're in a room and there's 7 people there and all 7 people are calling you a dickhead,
You're a
you don't
dickhead.
think you're a dickhead, you're the dickhead.
You're a dickhead.
Right? Not everyone is wrong, right? And let's call a spade a spade. You were brought up in a house where your parents were sexually active.
Constantly by the sounds of it.
Your siblings are sexually active. You're the only one that seems to have a low libido.
You have a child, so you're obviously active.
Well, at least once.
At least one
At least
time.
once, right? And let's call a spade a spade. Sex is a positive, natural, normal, essential thing to do. This idea that people get embarrassed or can't sit with their own emotions when someone else is having sex, it's ridiculous. Sex is sex. Your parent. What would you prefer, mate? Your parents to be divorced or your parents to be at it like rabbits? I think I'd prefer the latter.
And me.
However, with all that said, if I heard my mum and dad at it, I'd lose my shit. So, my mum and dad at it? Have you seen my mum and dad?
Listen.
The thought is just not a pretty
The thought
picture.
is not great. It's not something that you want to like sort of hear. But if you were brought up hearing
Exactly.
that,
It's not a big
it
deal.
wouldn't be a big deal to you.
It's not a big deal.
You know?
Right, shall we see what the
Oh, I'm so scared what Reddit got to say.
dickheads of Reddit have got to say? People who have had loud sex in other people's homes aren't sex positive. They are exhibitionists who are forcing you to take an unwilling part in their activities. I think your brother is mad because now he has to listen to his parents having loud sex, not the arsehole. I can't be doing Reddit today.
No,
I'm not in the
Reddit,
mood for
no,
dickheads.
no.
I've got no time for cunts on the internet. I've got no time. However, I do agree with them. No, I don't. He is an arsehole.
No.
He is the arsehole.
No, but the Reddit community
Reddit's saying he's
said
not the arsehole.
arsehole. I think he is. I think I mean, in all fairness, how loud were they?
Yeah, I mean, is she having squirting orgasms? I mean, what the hell is going on? Is it a double penetration anal session? What is she pegging him from behind? What is it a 69 up against the wall? I mean, what is reverse cowgirl pressing on the cupboards? What is going on here? It's just sex, mate. Your mum is getting hers, your dad's getting his.
At
It's a
least they're not looking at
de-stressor.
other people for it.
They're not. At least they're not doing it in the living room when you are. Imagine that watching TV and your mum's been bent over the sofa.
No, thank you. I don't want to think of that at all.
Mate, you are an arsehole. Get a fucking life and grow up.
The fact that you had to fake an account, that your family is saying you're being a dick, you're a dick.
You're being a dick. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. And answer me a question. Would you rather go blind or have to watch your mum and dad have sex every day for the rest of your life?
Stop it.
What?
Stop
Pick
it.
one.
No,
Blind
I refuse.
or for 10 minutes every day you've got to watch your mum and dad have
I'd
sex?
probably go blind. If
Are
I'm
you
not
being
truthful.
serious? Blind.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
And give us a cheeky little like.
Sorry, she's got a penis in her mouth. Can you start again, please?
Give us a cheeky little like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Okay.
他怎么知道是在这个车厢？
他上一站应该有通知啊。
哦，
It's not gonna fall. Oh, no! No! Oh, that's so bad! Oh, Dan, that's so bad! Oh, bless him!
Oh my God!
Stop riding him back! Oh, take the button off him!
Oh God!
Oh, Dan.
I'm going to hell.
You
I'm
are.
going to hell.
Do you know what? I'm right next to you. It's fine.
Oh God! Oh.
Oh.
One more.
He's gonna die. Oh, my God. Oh, stop it! Turn it off, you twat.
Oh my fucking Christ!
Oh, guys.
You like that one?
We loved it. It was brilliant. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, we may not be back after that. Oh, do it!
can't do it. I can't.
He's done. He's gone.
Right, gang, we've got another classic clip for you. Kaz, who's this?
This is an absolute treat, right? This is going to have you squirming, oh my God, in all the way through it, right?
I'll be
It
the
is
judge of
a
that.
breakup that a man has filmed.
No way.
He has set it up from start to finish. He knows what she's been up to, and the way he tells her is immense.
Part 1. The plot.
As you know, me and Alex have announced our engagement, etc., etc., the other week. What she don't know is I'll have to do my hair soon because she's coming back. What Alex doesn't know is I found out she's been having an affair with a guy called Thomas Rue, who's on Facebook.
God.
The night I said that I was at the Woodside with my two best mates, asking them to be best man, for a load of shit. I said, watch this, I bet she takes him off Facebook, and I bet he blocks me. He also blocked my two mates, so we couldn't see him.
Okay.
She put all the engagement up, invited everybody, we've been to book, we've done everything for this wedding. It's all a sham.
Poor bloke.
I know, believe me, I've seen all the messages on her phone, all the dirty text messages, all the dirty pictures that she sends him whilst out with me.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Everything. This man has been through her phone and seen what she wants to do to him, what he wants to do to her, the photos she's sent, photos
Little
of her
slut.
in like suggestive positions,
God.
and sent them to him and to the other fella, both of them.
Oh, she's used them twice. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Keep going.
Photographing herself in toilets, just in the knickers. I've got them all on my phone. I've got all the evidence I need. But this is the clever bit. I've kept my mouth shut and I'm setting her up. So now what's going to happen is today, in about 2 hours at 1:30 on the 19th of November, and I've known since Halloween, bearing in mind, I've known for 3 weeks. I've lost the
He's a
weight.
patient man.
I've been a bit moody and I didn't really want to celebrate or put any comments on the wedding video.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
In between, she's sent me messages in her underwear and stuff, and she's also sent them to him, and I've read his reply to it.
Oh,
So,
no.
you know, it's been going on a while. Anyway, she claims to love me, etc., 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 and all this bullshit wedding. So, this next bit is where I'm going to propose to her today, and this is what's going to happen. First, there's a little rhyme that I'm going to read to her. It reads, well, you let me do it anyway. This is where she thinks she's going tomorrow night. She thinks I'm going to fly her out Northern Lights and take her to an igloo and propose to her. But in here, it says, when owls fly and twitter, twitter, twoo, this is the big question I'm asking you. Then when she opens it, inside it says, who the fuck is Thomas Rue? Watch her face when she opens that red love heart.
This is fucking
This is
brilliant.
letter number 4. That's the one explaining that I know about the affair and everything. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that's how we're going to do it. So she's going to walk through this door here.
Oh my God.
She's going to go up this
The man's a
romantic
genius.
stairs.
Oh no!
That beautiful, all nice little candles. There's glitter, little love arts, bit of
Little
popcorn,
slut.
whatever they call it. So she's going to then.
Oh, he's put the glitter out!
And I'm going to place the phone here. So on that bed there, about there, that's where she's going to be sat. And she's going to read letter number 1, which is on the pillow.
Oh my
That's
God.
going. I'm also going to make her wear antlers and a red nose, just to make her look really stupid.
Ah, the man's a genius.
I'm then going to tell her that she's going to Northern Lights. Her face is going to light up, and then she's going to read the love art.
Thomas
Watch her
Rue.
face when she reads that love art. It'll tell 1,000 pictures with her face.
Oh,
I'm probably going to
I
be
can't
stood
wait
about
for this.
here. All the candles will be blown out, so she can't blame me for burning out. I'm then going to say to her, read number 4. Where's my finger? Read number 4 and open that box there. That is my house key. So I'm gone. I've had enough. I mean, texting. Can you believe it? Texting other blokes and arranging our wedding and shagging other blokes while she's arranging my wedding.
What a
How
cunt.
good do you think I feel?
Yeah,
Mortified.
mate, I can imagine.
But I've grieved her, I've got over it, and I've planned this as a right kick-up arse for her. So once I've left,
This
I'm going
guy's
to video me
amazing.
leaving the house, obviously, to cover myself. And that's it, basically. So, people, I will see you all when my supposedly future wife walks through this very door. See you all.
He's furious, isn't he?
So that's the end of part 1. Right,
Yes.
we have part 2, which is here.
I knew you would like it.
This is brilliant. This is already fantastic. Right, so here we go.
Part 2.
The execution.
Here she comes.
I'll blow all candles out. Don't worry. Look at camera.
Oh, God. She's not even all that.
Oh, my God.
Alright, what on that side?
She hasn't got any eyebrows.
I'll clean everything up. Like, just gently get on the bed, babe, and then read letter number 1. Got to read number 1, because I've got to go. I'm going to blow these candles out, okay? No, I'm like those.
Oh, my God, this is amazing.
Like I said, babe, from day 1, I've always had this. No taking it out. Just read that, babe.
For the music. Mr. Bin Love.
This is amazing. She's reached, the tears. She's going to pretend to cry.
Yeah. She's so overwhelmed that he loves her so much.
I need to read that.
In the bedroom, all alone.
You're going to be on your own. Dream away. Oh, she's proper crying. That's where he's taking her.
I've got to give you a clue where you're going. You've got to put your antlers on. Put your antlers on. You haven't got your silly red nose.
I'm not like now.
Alright. Well, in that box, open box. The box underneath.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
This is no less crueler than what she did to him.
Well, of course.
Right, you've got to listen. You've got to listen. Checking. So, my lady, tomorrow night, you and I will take a flight. We will float around the Northern Lights, watching the colours shine so bright.
Oh, God, this poor guy.
I know. He's breaking.
And when we are landing down on the ground, where our cabin igloo shall be found,
That's
we'll
poor
look up
bloke.
above.
You can hear the
Stars will
trauma.
see just how lucky we both will be.
Little cunt.
When I ask you the question down on one knee, you, dear Alex, will be mine for eternity. And that's why we got here. So I want you to turn that over and read what it says up front.
No, here it comes. Here it comes. Get a close up, mate. Yeah.
What does it say? Read it out.
What else?
When you finish reading that, babe, you need to read number 4. Open number 5. I'm just going to wait downstairs, that's all. I want to know.
When else fly and tweet woo? This is the big question I'm asking you.
Open it up. Who the fuck is Thomas Reed?
Holy shit!
Now read number 4.
Oh, my man. My man. My man. Oh, I hope he goes on holiday.
This is the music. That's love.
It's proof I'm locking the door. And I'm gone.
What's the key?
2022, Thomas through.
Alright.
See your face.
Go on, son.
Me done with it. Now it's party time.
Go and get that pussy boy.
He took her dildo as well.
Oh, she's got enough cocks.
Yeah.
Is this it? Is it done now?
Yeah.
Guys, that was fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, mate, I knew
Great
you'd
find.
love it. I knew you'd love it.
I love these things.
They're
I love
great, I know.
exposing little sluts.
Listen, guys, if you've seen any of these that you want us to do, or
Send them over.
if your girlfriend's cheating, you want us to help set something up, we're all over this.
I want to help someone set someone up.
Please do. In the comments below, let us know whether you want us to find a cheater or you found a cheater.
And that definitely earns a subscribe.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, we'll subscribe back and everything.
Well done, mate. See you on the next one. Talked about how long do you last during sex?
Oh, yes, we did.
And I said that I was around 10 minutes. Ben said he was half hour. She's apparently doing it all night on a Friday night.
Absolutely.
Which is mental, right?
Well, when you're away for a week.
Now, here we have two.
You got to make up for it.
Here we have two of the best comedians in the world, some of the best, Bobby Lee and Theo, I believe, Theo Von, and this is their thoughts on it.
Oh.
How long do you last?
Oh, man.
No, be real.
Oh. I would say probably...
How long do you reckon he's going to say?
He's not even going to say 5 minutes, is he? You can tell by his face. He's just so underwhelmed.
4 minutes.
He's being generous to himself there. You know that, don't you?
Is that enough? That's not enough.
It's not enough.
4 minutes?
Not enough.
Maybe 5, maybe
No,
5. What time of year is it?
Maybe 5. Maybe
It's not
5.
enough.
It is enough.
It's not enough.
If you can't make a girl come 2 or 3 times in 10 minutes, then I'm sorry.
It's not enough.
It is enough. 3 orgasms is enough for anybody.
Mate,
we only get 1.
It's not enough.
It is enough.
Ladies in the comments, let me know.
No,
how
gents
long,
in the comments.
How long do you expect your partner to make love to you and you back
It's not
to them?
about quantity, it's about quality.
It's
If you're getting 3 leg shaky orgasms in 10 minutes,
yeah,
you don't need to continue. 3 is plenty.
Ladies in the comments, let me know what you think.
And lads, how long are you lasting? Back in a sec. Is this about Tom Jones?
You'll get banned. Okay.
What's happened?
Right. Old Tom Jones.
Tommy Jonesy?
Tommy Jones. The unofficial Welsh anthem.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's
Fucking hell, he's doing all right, eh?
The unofficial Welsh anthem at the rugby is Delilah. If you haven't heard of it, babes, which you
Oh, Delilah.
haven't.
Is that the chorus?
That's the
Oh, I
one,
do
yeah.
know it.
You do know it. Well, that has now been banned.
Thank fuck for that. It's
by-
a shit song. It's been banned? By
It's
what?
been banned because it's glorifying women being beaten and killed.
Is that what the song's about?
Well, he's found a knife in his hand and she laughed no more.
Oh, did she cheat on him then?
Don't know the full ins and outs of the song.
Oh, so you haven't done much research on
No, I
this?
have done research, but I don't really know whether she cheated on him or not. He just was raged and went after her with a knife. But it's been sung for a millennium. It's been sung the whole of Tom Jones's career.
Okay.
All
Quite
the way
different to
through.
a millennium,
It
but-
is, yeah, but you know what I mean. Whole way through. And this weekend was the first weekend that Wales were playing.
Yep.
This
Did you win?
No, we didn't. We lost.
Oh, unfortunate.
We didn't lost. We lost.
Did England
we
win?
lost to no, you lost to Scotland.
Did we? By how many?
Yes, I don't remember exactly.
It was a draw at half time, man.
Oh, you definitely lost. And so that was the only great thing that came out of this weekend was you got
And Wales losing, yeah.
No. So in the stadium, they're no longer allowed to play it, but the whole Welsh community is up in arms why we're not allowed to sing it, and it was sung in the bandstands by very many defiant people. But we have our very own Mr. Tom Jones, not the singer, but Mr. Tom Jones.
Guy with the same name.
Who is our local TikTok legend.
Is he Welsh as well?
He is, yeah. Who's infuriated by this. So have a little look, guys.
This fucking day couldn't get any fucking worse.
It's so Welsh.
Genuinely thought you were fucking winding me up. I genuinely fucking thought you were. They fucking stopped fucking Tom Jones fucking Delilah from being fucking paid. I fucking killed him. Yeah, but fucking Sam Smith gets away with it today. Oh, mommy, no, Daddy's getting hot at the body shop. Fuck off! Turn it up.
Thank you,
he's
Tom.
not happy, is he?
He's not happy.
He's not happy.
He's not happy, guys. Check him out on TikTok. He's freaking amazing.
Do we really got to promote another Welshie?
Oh,
you
mate,
not enough?
I often chat to him online. He's a good guy.
Guys, let us know what you think about that. And do you think Wales are going to win the Six Nations?
Yes, we are. Do you think England's going to win?
Bet you
we should have a bet.
I bet you a tenner England win.
Right.
No. I bet you a tenner England place higher than you.
No.
£10.
Okay. Guys, in the comments.
You better pay
right?
this time.
Excuse me.
You never pay your bets. I always win, mate.
I always pay my debt.
No, you never pay your bets.
I always pay my debt.
Bets.
That's it. Yeah, my bets are my debts. Guys, in the comments, let us know, please.
I'm going to be £10 richer.
Who you think is going to win. And what's the forfeit for the one that loses in the comments below?
We just established that.
No, I'm sure we can make it even worse for you.
Oh, ready to serve this.
Yes!
This.
Wookie!
And me, Dan Wheeler, would I be the arsehole if I refused to pay my parents' mortgage? Dum, dum, dum.
These ones are always triggering, aren't they?
My husband, 26 male, died in December and left me with a life insurance policy. I was only expecting a couple of $1,000s, but the payout turned out to be substantial. My husband was sick for a very long time, and towards the end, I needed help, and my parents offered to help me and allowed us to move into their home. Now that my husband has died, and I have money, my parents are expecting me to use all the funds I received to pay off their mortgage. I know that if I do pay off their mortgage, I'm never going to see that money again.
What, inheritance?
Yeah, that's not true. You get it back in a few years, I'd imagine. My mother fully expects me to do this for them. When the cheque arrived, the first thing out of her mouth was, "You could pay off the house." The second thing was, £300,000 is the price of your freedom. In truth, I don't want to. There should be a comma there. I have a bad feeling about it, and while I am extremely thankful for the help, this feels disproportionate. My husband and I moved in less than a year ago, and the whole time I've been living here, I have paid rent and have helped with utilities and groceries. In short, I haven't been a freeloader or a burden. The car I drive to and from work is under my dad's name, and the very first thing I did was pay it off.
Nice. I don't really know how to approach this or how to tell them that I am not comfortable with doing this. But at the same time, they're so confident and sure that this is the right thing to do, and what is owed to them, that I'm really questioning myself and wondering if I'm being a greedy arsehole. I have aspirations of purchasing my own home and putting money aside for retirement. I'm not opposed to and will happily give them some money and show my gratitude. But the idea of giving them the full amount creates a pit in my stomach. Am I the arsehole? No. Absolutely
not. No. Next one. I mean, what else is there to say? Well, parents are being fucking greedy. It's not a like for like at all. A year when you've paid rent and groceries to look after, to bring in a dying man. Yep, that's a huge burden. It would have caused a lot of stress. It would have been very, very difficult. Can you imagine living with someone who was dying? It must be fucking horrendous. Must be horrendous. And their daughter, his wife, now doesn't have a husband or really a future with that man left.
You know, and they've lived a life together. They've paid the money for the life insurance. They've worked. They've done all this.
$300,000 is a lot of money.
And then the parents want to take the full $300,000 off her?
If I was in this situation, I'd give the parents 50.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
That's fair. That's
right. That seems fair. 50 grand.
To be honest, I don't think I'd give them 50 grand.
I don't even know why I'm giving them my parents 50 grand. Actually, no, you've said it. Yeah. But if I've paid rent and everything as well.
I've paid rent. I've
25.
I've paid my bills.
25.
I've done all that. I've paid your dad's car off.
Yeah, hold on. They did raise her.
Yeah.
I mean, they put their life on pause for their daughter. Oh, there's another perspective here.
There is that perspective, but
that's a tough one. You're meant to do that anyway, right?
Yeah, parents don't have kids so that when they're older, they pay for everything for them.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
That's exactly why you have kids.
No.
Yes.
You have them so you look after you.
Yeah. Yeah, to look after you until you die.
Not financially cripple you. So
well, she's not financially crippled though, is she?
Will be when
she's had it. She was only expecting a couple of grand.
Off her, she has nothing.
A fully paid house for when they die.
Yeah, but that's if they
Which will
give-
probably be worth more than 300.
Which is if they give her
Actually, I'm changing my tune.
I'm not.
I'm changing my tune.
I think it's been...
They've raised her for the last 20 odd years, given her all the opportunities. She's met her husband. They've moved out. They've got married. He's unfortunately taken ill. He's died. And now they might still up be Schitt's Creek because of the fact that they've raised her. Oh, it's a tough one. Now I've looked at both sides.
I'm not agreeing.
Okay, so let's say you get to let's say you get to 50, 60. Archie's in his 20s, right? You and Mike are crippled because you've got mortgage after mortgage because you've had to raise your child, and then your child comes into 300 grand. Arch, mate, come on, sort us out, mate, because we've got you to where you are. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be in this position at all.
Anything would help out, wouldn't it?
Well, it depends what their mortgage is, right? It sounds like their mortgage is a decent one. Because if they want all 300 grand...
Exactly. So how big is
So it
their
sounds
house?
like they've actually provided her with an amazing upbringing in a big house.
Yeah, well, but
Can you not
they've
see
gotta
it?
be
Can
in
you
their
not see it?
50s or 60s and still have 300 grand on a mortgage.
Must have been an amazing house.
Yeah.
What an upbringing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm torn.
It's difficult, isn't it?
I'm torn.
But
I was with you, 100%.
she still lost her husband.
Yeah, well, that's just
grieving.
shit
Her
luck,
life-
right? That's not a parent's fault.
Well, no, it's not. And it's not her fault. Her parents haven't paid their mortgage off.
Well, it is her fault they haven't paid their mortgage off, because if they didn't have a kid, they probably would have paid it off years ago.
Didn't
A
have
kid
They
costs
wouldn't have needed such a big home.
180 grand a year.
They wouldn't have needed such a big home if they
No,
didn't
no,
have
it doesn't.
children.
180 grand in 18 years, I think that's how much a child costs, something like that.
I don't know what stat you're looking at.
I think, in Wales, it's probably about 30 grand. Yeah. Oh, right, let's have a look at the
what they're
comments.
saying.
Let's have a look at the comments. Not the arsehole. The price of freedom. Are they your jailers? I would honestly move out while they are at work. Move out, run, don't allow them anywhere near that money. That money is from your husband for your future. You paid rent and utilities, you owe them nothing, well, except for 20 years of love, protection, providing. Move out now, tomorrow, move, run, get away from them. I mean...
Listen, I think this
That's an angry person.
I think this is all being blown out of proportion. There is a place for you to help your parents out here.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And you determine that amount. The full amount is an unreasonable ask.
Agreed. I am agreed on that.
Yeah. Yes, they've helped you out. Yes, they've
But I'm
brought
now
you
thinking
out.
it should be half.
I don't know.
I'm now thinking it should be half.
But half is not going to...
Doesn't every child aspire to get to the point where they can just sort their parents out?
Of course, yeah.
Well, now she's in that position.
She is in that position, but if...
So why doesn't she want to?
Because if she... Right, okay, look at it from this point of view, right?
I preferred mine.
She was married.
Yeah.
She had a husband.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what happened?
He's dead.
Her parents have
It's
brought
over.
her back in, right?
Move on.
So she has to rebuild her life.
Yes.
There's
150
no
grand is a
place.
decent amount of money to do that.
No.
Yes.
It's not going to buy her a house.
Of course it will. In Wales, it'll buy a street.
Yeah, but it won't buy her a house in America by the sounds
Well,
of it.
where's America
I
come
don't know.
from?
They're all American, aren't they?
It said £300. Oh, no, dollars.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay. Well,
So
it could have been
$300,
Canada or Australia.
It could have been, but it's more
Peru.
likely. It's more likely America, yeah. So to give them half of that leaves her pretty much like, yes, she will
Leaves her
get,
with 150 grand.
She will get to the point where she'll have her parents out. She's given them half. Yes, she'll get it back when she gets the house. But she has to live as well. She has to rebuild herself.
Yeah, hold on. She's still working. She's still got a full-time salary coming in. She now doesn't have to worry about her dead husband. She can work full-time now. They don't have kids.
But the whole reason you take the insurance out is so, say, for instance, Mike died,
Yeah.
that I would be looked after.
Right.
Archie would be looked after.
Right.
And that would pay the mortgage off.
Yep.
And we'd be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a different situation.
Why?
Because she's younger and her parents haven't died.
No, my parents haven't died.
No, you're saying if you died compared to Archie. So Archie's parents died.
Yeah,
right.
true.
Her parents are still alive. Her parents have raised her for 20 odd years. Her parents have provided, protected, given her all the opportunities that a parent should do. And she's come into 300 grand and they're probably thinking, oh, thank fuck for that. She did it. Well done, love. Now, can you help us out? Like we've helped you out for 20 years.
But
it's not much to ask, is it?
I couldn't be giving him half.
Why? You selfish bitch.
I am, yeah. I am. I'm sorry. Because like I said, that money is being put aside for me. Like, say Mike died, for me and Art.
Okay, you can't use that. You got to use your parents because this is her parents.
Okay, so my mum.
So Mike's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my mum and dad want half of my life insurance because they feel that I should pay their mortgage off.
But you got to imagine yourself at 22, 24. Because that's how old she is. Well, her husband was 26.
Right, okay.
So let's assume she's 26.
Yeah.
So 26-year-old Kaz. So 26-year-old Kaz, bearing in mind 26-year-old Kaz has had 6 years of freedom. For the first 20 years, your mum and dad did everything, gave you all the opportunities, paid for everything, your clothes, your food, your phone, or whatever it is, everything. And then you've come into a bit of dosh, and then, help us out, Kat.
Yeah, I would help him out, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, we need 150 grand.
I wouldn't give him the whole lot. That's what I'm.
Yeah, we're both in agreement. The whole lot is too much, but half.
I don't think they
quarter.
A quarter. I don't think they'd ask for half.
So you do 75 grand.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I don't think they'd ask.
Well, she's not even willing to do that, by the sounds of it.
Well, I don't think she's not saying she's not willing to do it.
Well, she's paid for the car.
She's paid for the car. I mean, the car could have been a 150 grand car.
Possibly.
And she's paid like 70 grand off that.
Possibly. We don't know.
We don't know. She haven't said.
Right, next comment. That's how I understood it too, which means her parents are vile. Original post was not the arse. Someone needs to get out of the house immediately.
Oh wow!
A lot of angry people. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to help your parents out.
And that's what I'm saying. My stance is I wouldn't not want to help them.
They don't sound like abusive parents. But they sound like loving, caring.
Mm.
They've taken him in. They've helped him out in his last year.
Yeah.
They sound like lovely people who are now indebted by hundreds of thousands of pounds because they've raised the child.
Do you know the problem here is what goes on in every single one of these posts?
Go on.
No communication.
No communication.
When your parents turned around and said, "Oh, you've got 300 grand, that could have paid off the mortgage," that point you turn around and go, "Mum, I'm not in a position to mentally even figure out where this money is going. I'm still grieving. Can we talk about it in another couple of weeks or so?"
It's a good idea.
There we go.
Good communication.
Good communication.
Yeah, and here's a grand to keep you quiet. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. How much would you give? If you had 300 grand, how much would you give to your parents? Bearing in mind everything we talked about.
Probably 50 grand, if I'm honest.
It's gone down.
It's gone down. The more I think about it, it's
gone down. 5 grand! 20 quid!
You'd be lucky if you get my gold tooth. I haven't got a gold tooth.
Some Welsh cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, never give Welsh cakes as a gift. Ever.
It's so ungrateful.
It's the worst, mate. It's like dust.
Dust.
What else should I do?
Do us a favour. If you like this, come over and give us a cheeky like, subscribe, and make sure you come back for another one.
Don't just hear those words and be flipping about it. If you're not subscribed, come on.
Listen, if you're not,
what the fuck?
We're going to find you.
We will find you and give you a Welsh cake.
Brilliant. Can't believe we've got to 5.
Episode 5, mate. Episode 5!
How is this getting more fun every week?
I don't know. It should be illegal. We shouldn't be able to have this as a job.
I mean, come on.
Guys, I will tell you, this job is exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's very difficult. Don't know you do is talking of fun all the time. Yeah, we do. I'm not going to lie to you, but the editing.
Oh, mate.
The editing afterwards.
Do you know what? I'm actually slightly thinking if I don't talk so much, we haven't got so much editing.
That's a great idea. Can you just not say anything? Just let me do my thing, and then.
Then you wouldn't have to edit me in.
That'd be great. Perfect. I had to come in a cup yesterday.
Oh. Guys, can I paint the picture for you? Right, we've had 3 days of absolute bear. 4 days of bear in a cave, right? He has been the biggest bear with a sore head I have ever met in my life. It's like you've had a 4-day hangover.
Well, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I have high testosterone, right? I have to inject every week, and that makes me rage like a fucking bull, like a stallion. I have to masturbate at least once a day just to keep my calm, ultimately. Ladies, you don't know what it's like! You don't have testosterone, it's a different beast!
I think you just proved your point there, dude.
So we're going through fertility checks at the moment just to make sure my sperm's working, which is probably not because I've been on testosterone for 12 years. So anyway, we're getting that checked. So I had to go to the fertility thing. Now, you've been through all this.
I've been through all
You've
this,
been through all this. You and Mike had IVF, didn't you?
5 times.
5 times. 5th time lucky, little man came out.
No, he was first time lucky.
Was he first time?
First time.
Oh, the other
lucky.
4 were for another?
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
No, he was first go. He was,
I see.
He was the freebie on the NHS.
So you know exactly what
yeah.
I had to do. Well, not exactly. Mike did probably, and I get into the fertility clinic. It's a lovely place. It's very nice. It's a private clinic, but NHS paid for it.
Yeah.
We get in there, and as soon as I walk in there's a lovely receptionist. Pretty. That didn't help.
Didn't help.
Didn't help at all. And then to my left there's a couple, and the dude is just looking traumatized. I'm thinking, you're about to come in a cup. I look over to my side, there's another couple. I'm like, you're about to come in a cup. And then we go around the corner, we sit down, and then I spend the next 10 minutes thinking, oh God, I'm about to come in a cup.
Like, of all places in the world, you could have thought you were anywhere else but a cup.
Ridiculous. I've never...
Was it a proper cup? Because I've never seen them.
Well, you'll see now. It's a see-through top. Why would you make it see-through? I don't understand. It's see-through.
Oh.
What are they making why are they see-through? Why not white?
It's like what you put your poo in. When you have to do a stool fan.
Why not just a white cup? Why a black cup? Why has it got to be see-through? Who wants to see my jizz? Nobody. Not even Sam does.
They do.
Huh?
They do.
Yeah, well.
They will have got their little microscope out on it. They would have searched through all those little monkeys to find ones with pointier heads and not round.
2 tails
yeah,
and
all that bollocks.
So she shows me to the room, and it's just basically a toilet cubicle. Well, as you saw, it's a very small room. It's got a TV, a selection of DVDs.
Was there magazines in there?
There were no magazines.
I'm so glad
it was a high tech. It was high tech. And she shows me. She goes, "This is where you put your deposit," which I laughed at. And then she goes, "You have to put it in this little flap on the wall." She opens the flap. There's a little compartment. You put your piece of paper and your notes in it. You put your cup in there, and then you close the door, and then someone on the other side takes it. What she didn't tell me is that the little hatch thing, it's not a very well made hatch, because I can hear the girls the other side of the hatch laughing and talking about their Friday night and all that type of stuff. And then I'm halfway through trying to pull my dick off, and she opens the hatch. Now, she didn't see anything because my hatch was closed, but I heard her open it.
Oh, no.
And then she goes, "Oh, it's not ready yet." And then she goes on to the next hatch, and I hear her open the next hatch, which the guy's right next to me, and I can hear him next door. Paper thin walls.
Imagine having to stand there all day listening to someone doing that.
So I sit down, I get my thing out, put my phone on, trying to find some decent porn as quick as I can. I found something, I'm putting it away.
What did you go for?
Well, first of all, I found I literally clicked on the first one on Xvideo's homepage, xvideos.com, highly recommend it. And then it just wasn't tickling my fancy, so I then went on to some standing doggy.
Standing
doggy, yeah.
Nice.
Got a bit of a thing for standing doggy. So, what? Just am I sharing too much?
No, I asked.
And so I get to the point where I'm about to do my thing. So I grab the cup, I point it down, point it into the cup, and I do my thing.
So he did there.
I do my thing, and I was surprised because it's been a while since I've waited 4 days to come. Mm-hmm. It's been unless I've got the flu or something. It's been a long time since I've waited 4 days, and I did my thing, and I was quite impressed with the amount. There, it's not.
4 days is a long
usually,
time.
It's a daily thing. I see, a recharge for the day, and then the next day, do my thing. So I only see a day's worth, but 4 days worth.
Was it a good? How many mil would you say?
At least a teaspoon, probably a little bit more than a teaspoon. It's a decent amount.
That's a decent
for me, little testicles. I've only got small testicles because of the testosterone, which is great. And then I put the thing in the thing, close the hatch, I wash my hands, and I leave. And then I realise, I open the door, and then I realise how many men are actually going to wash their hands. And I've always just put my hands on someone else's fucking spunk juice. So and then I have to go and wash my hands again, roll my sleeve up to open the door.
So it's now on your sleeve.
Oh, God, yeah, well, that's better than on my hand.
No, you could have brought a tissue with you and done it with a tissue.
Anyway.
I walk
into the reception room, and the 2 couples that were there, all look at me. I start smiling. They start smiling.
Because they know where you've been.
And then I walk over to Sam. She gives me a kiss, and then she goes, 12 minutes and 48 seconds? What are you playing at? What were you playing at? Babe, I had to find the porn. She was like, 4 days, it should have been 30 seconds.
It should have been like done.
Well, it was. After I found the porn, it wasn't very very long after
so
that.
Don't tell me you spent 10 minutes looking for porn.
I did. I spent about 10, 11 minutes, probably 11 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
So,
it is traumatising, isn't it?
traumatising is the wrong word. It's just embarrassing. Just in no other.
Right.
And this is the difference between men and women with fertility. Is when you go and get your eggs checked or whatever, you don't then have to masturbate. Men have got to masturbate to get their shit out. It's just,
every day.
Yeah, but by myself.
Yeah, you were by
or with
yourself.
Sam.
You were by yourself.
Yes, in a room next to another dude giving his sample, next to a room with 2 women having a catch up.
Do you want to know what I had to go through to get my eggs out?
Oh, you had to lay down and put your legs up in the air.
There was literally like 7 people.
I got a sweat on.
Oh, mate, I got a sweat on. It was painful. Legs akimbo. In with the suction.
Yeah, but just like everything to do with sex, all you had to do is lay down and open your legs.
Oh, my God.
That's all you had to do.
Oh, my God.
All the pressure's on men. All the pressure's on men. Ladies, I'm sorry, but it's true.
Up,
no, don't back you up.
Back me
Whether
up.
or not you're feeling horny or not, you can go and get your eggs checked. Lay down, open your legs. Yes, there might be other people in the room. Yes. But women are used to that. Gynae appointments and all that. Men aren't used to having a room full of people. Men aren't used to masturbating next to 2 women and another man. Men aren't used to doing it away from their home.
Guys.
Men aren't used to doing it on demand. There was a point where I thought this might not happen. Then how embarrassing would it be walking back out and everyone looking at you going, did you do it? Like, no, I couldn't do it. It's stage fright.
There's people who can't do it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a tough situation.
But there's no way that you can compare that to having your eggs taken out. And there's a lot of women on here who will never, ever have to experience that.
And then, yeah, lucky for them. And then when the nurse was taking me to the thing, she goes, do you want to come this way? And I went, yeah.
Already have.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna. Come this way. Nice.
That was genuine.
Oh, guys, let us know if you've been through fertility treatment, if you've had to come in a carp, or if you've had your eggs counted, or whatever that is. Let us know if you had to lay down and.
Guys, also, if in the comments, if you want me to slap him around the ear off for being so flippant, I'm happy to do so. Okay.
So I'll get the results back next week, so I'll let you know.
Next week, lovely.
I assume so. I'll let you know what the score is. I'm predicting 0.
How can you predict 0?
Because I've been on testosterone for 12 years.
There's got to be swimmers there. And this is the beauty of the technology, right? Say if you had, 20% swimmers still swimming, doing their thing, and 5% of those are looking the right shape, the right length, the tails are good, and they're swimming.
Yep.
They only need one of those.
That is true. That is true.
So don't give up hope just yet.
That is true. And I'm not giving up all hope because I have had one miscarriage. Well, I say me. My partner was with at the time.
Yeah.
But I was involved at some point. I hope I was.
Of course you
And so I know it's possible.
Exactly. And it takes 1 egg, 1 sperm, and if you're lucky enough, there'll be a little Danny.
Exactly. We'll see. Little Dan Wheeler. Little Danny Wheeler.
Danny
little Dan
Wheeler.
Jr.
DJ. Oh. Never say those words ever again.
What the fuck? I'm going to have to edit that out.
Please do, because that's really upset myself. Can we please just edit? You are editing that out.
Of course I am. He's getting no time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Gang, we really appreciate you watching episode 5. If you've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5,
we're best friends.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're from. We want to get to know you. We're building a community here, and we want you. We want you.
You and
you involved.
To tell us where you're from, where you're really, really from.